streaming is on.
All right.
All right, man.
I think we're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook because I'm doing magic in the background. So
you can do magic. You can do anything that you desire. Oh yeah, that's a good song. That was made before you were born, Nice Strike.
yeah, but I've heard it millions of times because
You know darn well when Nice Strike casts that spell. I'm telling you, we could have a soundtrack the whole time for this show.
yeah, we could.
Yeah,
We could.
we're good.
So
Who was fellow GunTuber that just left?
I don't know. I kicked them.
Okay, well that's
It's probably Warsaw who keeps joining and leaving because his phone is messed up.
I think he's just a busy man, and I think he's just a busy man, and he just has to, he can't hang out all the time,
No, he can't. He can't hang out all the time. He's busy fighting on the Polish front.
Yep, exactly. Hey, they're gonna need to.
They're gonna need to soon. Yeah. All right, guys. Tonight we're gonna do. Travis is gonna take point on this because I'm still trying to get over this upper respiratory sinus infection. It's kicking my ass, so I can't read an entire article for a prolonged amount of time without coughing a lung out. So right now I'm going live to let everyone know, but we are live streaming on YouTube and on Facebook. So, check out the Night Strike page on Facebook, and that's where that is. And yeah, I mean, I would be streaming to GunTube as well, but I don't want to use all the GunTube's storage space because I'm running out of it. So,
sorry, man, we'll be all right.
So,
we got this all figured out. We got it under control.
Yeah. So Travis is going to help me with the topics tonight, and he's going to take point tonight. I'm just going to, I'm just going to chime in every now and then, and quip at the topics, but I'm not going to be reading them all. I can't do it tonight.
I've got my full reading voice on. I've got my broadcast voice ready to go. So we're gonna rock and roll, man.
So that's what's going on. That's what's going on tonight. We went live a few minutes early so I could get that out there so everyone knows. All right. I know I don't sound that great either, so.
Sorry, man.
So I could get that out there so everyone.
Got a couple of people out there watching. All right. You gonna go ahead and start up, dude?
I mean, whatever you want to do, man. That's
all right.
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Like I said, I got to grab something out of the oven here in 3 minutes, but other than that, we're ready to rock. So, Warsaw, how you doing, man? You with us?
I'm here.
All right, man. Cool. Well, we can burn like 2 or 3 minutes before I have to get my food out of the oven. So, Warsaw, I think I'm gonna have Storm and Norman do a build for me, dude. I think we're gonna do a parts kit and a children's receiver, man.
You're not gonna do a recreator blank?
I think we're gonna do. I was thinking the Childers, and then I was thinking about the WBP parts kit. They look pretty solid.
I'm just disappointed you haven't taken a recreator.
Sorry about that. As I said, I'm coughing a lung out.
Yeah, no, dude, don't worry about it, man. You do what you got to do, man. You got to keep the chest clear out. So,
I mean, I haven't seen the options for recreator blank.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by recreator blank? What's that?
That's an actual website, kind of like with Shoulders, but they're a lot cheaper and they're actually a lot more better options. Plus, they have a lot more better detail of the markings on the receiver blanks.
Ah, okay.
I do want to read some of the comments we got out there. We got Scott out there. We got Scott 79 out there. We got Ghost Shadow for now. Ghost Shadow says he's been having fun on generator since 7 p.m. Sunday.
Oh my
Underground power line failed. Electric company has to get permit from idiots in city county before they can dig up to do repairs. And this is why in the South they don't bury electrical lines because of hurricanes and wind, and it's easier to have them above ground than below.
Actually, wouldn't you want them below ground so trees don't take them out? They don't fall on people and housing developments and set them on fire?
No, because of hurricanes, there's lots of flooding.
Oh, I got you. I was gonna say we don't really deal with that here in Nebraska.
Because if it floods and the power line clips and it's underwater, what does that do to water?
That's a good point. Yeah,
water is a very good conductor of electricity. It would be dangerous.
Yes. Well, I just don't know if they had some kind of a waterproof conduit or something, but it'd be about impossible to keep all that stuff sealed.
All right. Yeah, there are sending some links. Also, I would recommend you get that Arsenal 2-stage trigger Fine group.
Ooh.
Now, I am working on something. I'm working on either doing videos or just I may just complete it and just show it off. But I was talking with JSD Supply, one of the providers of 80% arms and whatnot. They're also making accessories and whatnot for guns too. So they're expanding and broadening their horizons because of the coming legislation. But they sent me a Polymer 80 PF 40C kit, slide in all the internals and whatnot. And I just got a drill press so I could go and complete it and get it working.
Mind if I speak as far as what's been going on?
It's bullshit. I understand it's bullshit. I don't support it whatsoever.
I wasn't even gonna say that. You just assume whatever you think I'm gonna say. Night Strike.
Well, you always know how to bring the chat down.
I'm not gonna be negative, all right?
Okay,
damn.
Go for it.
Look, Warsaw, we know you like our own smell. Okay, that's
no. All right, let me speak, please. This is a free country, goddammit.
Dude, nobody's holding you back. Far away.
What I was gonna say is that with all these new gun owners, as far as also the parts builds and all this other stuff, dude, we've been pushing stuff out on the market, dude. I just don't see any other way where people are gonna be able to like door-to-door gun confiscation. I don't think that shit's gonna fly now because think about it. Every firearm or every part, anything like out there in the whole United States, it'd be like picking a grain of sand in one location over multiple billions.
Yeah, you'd have to have some serious, SS Gestapo style tactics to go door to door to do that.
But even if you did, it's like picking a speck of sand out of a sandbox.
Well, as soon as you hear people saying that stuff starting up, people are going to start burying them, hiding them, putting them places.
But who's really going to do that? Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could simply make it so that it's fine or jail time if you're caught with it. That'd be the one thing they could do, which prevents you from maybe wanting to transport it or move around with it.
But still, at the same time, the point is, it's impossible for them to even try to even enforce something. That's what I was trying to get at.
Oh yeah. But it doesn't mean they couldn't ban it, just like bump stocks. I mean, it doesn't mean they can't just come out and say, "Okay, you can't have these anymore."
Why not just have another Prohibition 2.0 then? While we're at it,
I don't know.
Don't know.
I mean, I think we're probably going to hear some definitions being proposed by the ATF, but then it'll get fought in court, or
we're going to hear some regulations, and then we're going to hear, we're going to hear like, I'm going to say this, and I apologize for this, but we're going to hear a metric ass ton of lawsuits from multiple groups, or it might even be a giant class action lawsuit against, the government or the ATF.
Well, look at the Vertebrae case. Like, they wouldn't even have their opening, evidence as far as Vertebrae was trying to bring out because the ATF wouldn't even let them have their opportunity.
That's binary triggers, okay? And not a lot of people care about binary. Force reset triggers. Yeah, nobody cares about force reset triggers. But the problem is, people care about 80%. Because there's thousands, millions of them in the country. So that's going to be a different thing. And then there's going to be the whole pistol brace thing that's coming down the line too. And honestly, that's going to be the ATF cracking down on that. That's going to, on top of it, going to piss a lot of people off that have pistol guns. It's also going to be, technically, if you want to get really technical, because a pistol brace is originally designed to help someone who's disabled or has a medical condition. Technically, that would be an ADA violation, Americans with Disability Act violation. Technically,
that or they just want their tax money.
Yeah, and you know what? The government gets enough tax money from us. They don't need to tax us even further just to split hairs.
Honestly, I think it's all about their money.
Oh yeah, they've mentioned the revenue that those, I've seen that cited before, the hundreds of millions of dollars in tax revenue it generates for the country, and requiring people to have their tax stamps and have to register things and just anything that's on the NFA list. So I don't know where it's going to go. Are we supposedly going to hear something in April?
Yeah, supposedly.
Okay. It would be kind of funny if they tried to enforce something on July 4th.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
So,
because I keep hearing, proposals in April and then official like deadlines in July. It's like, okay, yeah, we'll see where that goes.
So I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I've been trying to like broaden my my social media skills a little bit.
Well, there you go.
I mean, I hate social media in general, but I'm trying to use it to the advantage. So I'm becoming a bit more vocal on Facebook, on the Night Strike Facebook page, and I'm trying to become vocal on Twitter. And I'm trying to do more on Instagram as well. And I'm working on those videos for YouTube. It's just with me coughing a lung up every now and then, it's hard to try and edit videos at the same time. But I'm working on it. I've literally got a backlog of videos. I just got to get off my ass and just go do it. So
no, it sucks trying to make content and stuff. I have the same situation with my job, trying to talk to people, and you've got that itchy lung thing going on. You just cough constantly, or if you laugh, you start coughing, or
Well, I can get into a real long conversation. I could be on a rant about something, and right in the middle or towards the end of me actually saying my piece, I'll just start coughing the lung out.
Yeah.
Is it coughing your lung like areas in like hiccups?
It's my throat gets too dry, and then I guess shit just builds up in the lung, and then it expels.
It's kind of tough having a career in broadcasting when you have to deal with the physical
when you have to
issues.
speak a prolonged amount of time.
Yes, absolutely.
At least you're not just screaming and yelling up through your lungs.
The only time I yell is when I yell "shall not be infringed," right?
No, not that. There's a friend of mine that actually literally raises his voice at his kid, and he literally is like screeching because he's ruining his vocal cords.
So,
yeah.
So, but yep, we're working on all this. We're getting things done. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to get back on schedule. I don't know if Sean's been having internet problems, so he hasn't been doing the war room lately. So I figured we might as well do hit or miss.
It's not a bad idea. I think it's probably a good time. It's good to bring it back. I was getting, I was kind of getting worried it wasn't going to happen anymore. I thought maybe you're just starting to walk away from it, and
No, I was doing shorter episodes. I was doing shorter episodes, like only doing 1 to 3 topics for in half an hour instead of an hour because of what was going on, so we could do the war room. But he's having internet problems, so he can't do the war room. So might as well just do a normal episode of hit or miss. But for those that do jump in, I am going to need you guys to take point and help Travis, keep the conversation going, because I'm not going to be able to do it all the way.
I've got a few articles lined up for tonight if people are interested. So
if anybody says, but Night Strike, you did fine on Crumps and whatnot. I was hiding. I was muting myself when I was coughing, and I've been drinking water religiously. Okay, so just there you go.
Stupid question. Have you tried cough syrup?
Yeah, no. I'm using that Mucinex stuff.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say something like Spectrin or whatever that pulls crap out of your lungs.
I'm using the Mucinex stuff, which is supposed to help, and it's half and half.
Yeah. No, it just takes time, man. I've had lung things where I've had coughs that have lasted like 3 months. It's like, okay, is this ever going to go away? And you just sit there waiting the whole time, and
And my outcast there is saying, so it's excuses strike. Come on, man, get some videos out. Rob, all I'm going to tell you is shut up and go eat a salad.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of which, I actually switched over to salads for lunch every day. I'm in my 2nd week right now, and I feel absolutely fantastic. I quit making my giant sandwich I used to eat for lunch every day. And I think Rob's onto something, man. I mean, I really do feel a little bit less lethargic in the afternoon, So I don't know. It feels good, man.
Problem is, if I'm going to have a salad, I need some meat in it, like some chicken or something.
Oh, I do. I get these little pre-made salads that just have a little bit of dressing with them. They're not too bad for you. You get some meat and cheese that you put on them and stuff. And, the thing is, I don't want to eat heavy at lunch because I'm talking the whole time and working, and I don't want to get tired. So it's enough to get by till the end of the day. Then I usually do like a protein bar after school and just make it to dinner about 5 or 6 o'clock. Then I'm good to go.
I've got like a defense dad. I've got like a sinus or upper respiratory infection. It sucks.
You've taken like Benadryl and stuff like that?
I'm taking some medication, and I'm taking some herbal medication, and
NyQuil?
No, I'm not. I'm taking Mucinex, and I'm taking some herbal stuff.
Okay.
To try and get because I don't have any antibiotics, so I'm just having to use the herbal stuff like cranberry extract and whatnot.
Hey, Travis.
Yo, what's up?
I discorded you the blank and the trigger.
All right. Well, I've already ordered. I've already got the receiver purchased, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah.
I would check out the trigger if you're interested.
Oh, I will. I will. I can definitely, because that's one thing. I don't know if this parts kit I'm looking at is going to come with the trigger group or not. So,
well, you might have to get a 922R compliant trigger group.
Yeah.
I don't really care about that.
So
no, I'm just messing with you. If I go with that FB or WBP Fox or whatever it is, kit,
I would get WP if I were you, dude. Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at doing. They, I think it's already 922R compliant since it's all US made parts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the only thing they don't include is a new trigger group, so I'd recommend you get that one.
Yeah, that definitely. Not keep me within compliance, so yeah.
But
sweet, man.
I bought that trigger and I fell in love with it, dude. I would recommend it to you.
Which one is it again? Is it the FB Radom or what is it again?
It's the Fime Group Enhanced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool. Sounds good, man. For those out there, I'm going to be having an AK-47 built for me, manufactured.
You mean an AKM?
Legit. What's that?
If it's a stamped receiver, it's an AKM technically.
Yeah. Well, you hit me on the technicalities, but it's a 30-round magazine that shoots 7.62 by 39, so it's close enough for me. So, not an AK purist, right?
Well, everybody's got to know their history of the AK.
It's all right, man. It's all good. Well, hey, should I start the first story? We ready to do this or what?
Not yet. And you have to be an AK.
Oh my god,
an AK purist, Travis, because because your first foray at the AKs didn't go well.
Look, man, my AMD 63 is fine. All right, I mean it's proven itself. It just doesn't like Croatian mags that were manufactured
mags.
First gens that were manufactured incorrectly. So
it worked just fine in my AK.
Mm-hmm. So maybe your magwell was out of spec. Did you ever think of that?
No, because all mags fit with it.
I mean,
but
maybe that's why. Because when an out of spec mag fixing a magwell that's out of spec.
Let's see. Does that show up on the on everything? That's what I got the other day from JSD Supply.
Now is it going to be in 40 caliber or what?
It's going to be a 9mm.
Oh, okay.
You got a polymer instead of a dagger.
He's got daggers.
They sent me this, so so I'm gonna go and put it together.
It's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun build, and once I got it done, I'll take tons of pictures of it on.
Make sure that your jig is level
Instagram.
Before you drill into it. Really take your time when you drill those initial holes and stuff. So,
yeah, I'm gonna try. Yeah,
and thus, what is it? Night Wagon Firearms Works is gonna be all set to go. So.
Well, I haven't gotten the FFL for it yet or applied for it in city yet, but I've already got the LLC set up. It's Strike Gunworks.
STRYKE.
STRYKE. Yes.
Excellent.
Couldn't get AWAG into it because he's working for PSA. So
yes,
SGW. Yeah. So it's gonna be Strike Gunworks.
Yeah. Travis, is from my experience. You're speaking about WBP.
Mm-hmm.
If in my honest opinion, I'm not an expert, but I say WBP is right next to the Arsenal area.
Yeah, they're like I said, they're new manufactured parts kit. They look really solid. I'm going to be getting the FB Radom Chrome Line barrel. It's that or a Mossberg made barrel.
I get a nitride.
What's that?
If you want better action, I would recommend a nitrided.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be something to consider. I just figured they'd probably do a good job with the chrome lining on the FB one, but
no, but I mean, you can do that. It's your rifle, but from my experience, I've actually had better luck with the nitride barrels from better accuracy.
Okay. Well, now that chrome layer can have an impact on your range or on your accuracy, because if it's off at all, the way that it's layered inside that barrel, it's going to cause issues spitting out.
There it is.
Which one is this, Night Strike?
This is the PF 940C version 1. So it's the 19.
I love the 19 model.
Yeah. So I've got a slide for it with a barrel. They sent me everything. So all I got to do is drill the holes and, cut the, drill into it. And,
Please tell me you have a drill press.
yeah, I went out and bought one today.
All right, good.
Oh, yeah.
Because I done hand drills, dude, and it's easy to egg out a hole with a hand drill. Don't ever do that.
Honestly, what you're supposed to do with a lot of these jigs is you're supposed to drill into each side. Don't go all the way through. Just drill the hole
Mhm.
holes there.
Yep.
On each
Yeah.
side, and then take care of the top. Excuse me, I had a cough.
Can those jigs be recycled? Yeah, were they plastic coated?
That I don't know.
They should be. I mean, what great stewards of the
If
environment?
you don't ruin the jig, you can reuse it. Yes. If you don't,
Well, I mean, actually tossed in like a recycling bin for
I don't know. I think you can just recycle them.
It can't be that bad. It's like Lego bricks. Come on.
All it is just plastic.
Yeah.
It's just a harder plastic than the frame is. That's a
no.
I'm just thinking of the environment, gentlemen.
No, with these jigs, I would recommend you clamp down the sides because they do move.
Yeah, I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is before I start working on it, I'm gonna get a one of those mounting devices for the drill press.
You can use a squeeze clamp. The ones where you squeeze down, it tightens up.
Yep.
You can do that.
I can do that. Yeah, but that's what I'm gonna be working on. I'm gonna try and take some video of that. Put that on GunTube, and we'll go from there. All right, Travis. Whichever one you want to go with first, we'll go through.
All right, man. So first story I have here, I can go ahead and share the screen. Let me do this real quick. So I don't know. I just thought maybe we'd talk about something kind of fun or kind of neat, or just have a little bit of pride here as Americans. So let me go ahead and share a tab with you guys here. All right. So this is over on happy 111th adoption day to the M1911. We've got a brief history of America's favorite pistol. So it's a cool little article over here. It kind of sums up kind of the origin of the firearm, what we need to know about it, and why it's such a big deal. So this should make you go out and buy a 1911. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Who doesn't want one of those? That's quite possibly the most perfect pistol right there. That is just sweet. So anyway, what it says is today is the 111th anniversary of the U.S. Army's official adoption of Colt's Model 1911 pistol, marking a 111-year American love affair with a firearm that has seen U.S. service members through 2 world wars and beyond. No handgun in American military history has been made more prolific than the 1911. With its patent issued on Valentine's Day of 2/14/1911, it's no wonder we've been in love with this American staple for well over a century. Adopted by the U.S. Army on March 29th of 1911, and therefore officially known as the Model 1911 or M1911, Americans are very familiar with the firearm itself, but many people don't actually know why it came into service with the military. So why did the U.S. Army choose the 1911? Let's take a brief look back at the history of what is likely America's most famous firearm. So there you go. In the early 1900s, the U.S. Army predominantly used revolvers of various types, mostly double actions chambered for .38 caliber, which had only just replaced the respected old .45 Colt. As they upgraded their service rifles, they also wanted to upgrade their handguns for their cavalry troops, and it was decided that a self-loading pistol would fit the bill. At the same time, the Army was still keenly aware of issues it experienced with previous handguns. While fighting Moro guerrillas in the Philippines, there were troubling reports from soldiers that their new double-action revolvers chambered for the .38 Long Colt lacked sufficient stopping power. The smaller caliber being used by U.S. troops was not stopping the threat, and the enemy would advance even after being shot several times. My dog's hitting the water dish here in the background. It was decided after a controversial series of tests on cadavers that for better stopping power, future handguns should be chambered in no less than .45 caliber. Thus, when it came time to adopt a new firearm, the military decided its auto-loading handgun would be chambered for .45 ACP. And then it says manufacturers vie for military prowess. Originally, 6 manufacturers submitted designs to start the trials to see who would make the Army's new handgun. Colt, Bergman, DWM, Savage Arms, Noble, Webley, and White Merrill all submitted their best design for a self-loading pistol. 3 of them were eliminated very early on due to unreliability, and after much testing and firing 6,000 rounds from a single pistol, the design from Colt won. So it was said that the pistol got so hot they dunked it in water to cool it, and as soon as it was cool enough to touch, they kept firing it. The Colt model had 0 malfunctions and never jammed. This was the reliability and firepower that the Army needed. I just wish that manufacturers could pull that off today, make a 1911 that doesn't jam. So let's see here. Let's go back. There we go. So here's some of the original designs. The model submitted by Colt was designed by our Lord and Savior, John M. Browning, second only to Night Strike. To this day, Browning is thought of as the father of automatic fire. The Browning design Colt was based on the short recoil principle of operation. It was a magazine-fed single-action semi-automatic pistol. The pistol was equipped with both a manual safety as well as a grip safety. So it demonstrated a level of simplicity, durability, and reliability that seemed well ahead of its time. Because it was designed primarily for cavalry troops, the Colt had specific features, including a lanyard ring, which was mandated by the cavalry troops in the context of riding a horse while shooting a gun. The lanyard and grip safety made a lot of sense. So that kind of tells about the influence of the design.
Hold up, Travis.
Yeah, man. What's up?
There. If anybody wants to know how to do the World War II way of shooting the 1911, they have the Army video of instructing troops how to properly use the 1911 up on YouTube.
Oh, there we go.
The original 1940s 1911. How to use the 1911 pistol. And honestly, I mean, yeah, it's a little dated, but I would recommend anybody go check that out because it's actually a good video. It's actually some good information. I know, believe it or not.
It's all right.
Anyways, keep going.
All right. So formally adopted by the Army in 1911, the Navy Marine Corps followed suit in 1913. The model 1911 was first tested in combat in 1916 in Mexico. Following the attack in Columbus, New Mexico by Pancho Villa, a rebel general from Mexico, President Woodrow Wilson ordered U.S. troops into Mexico to apprehend Villa.
Which they never got him, by the way.
No. He actually got mowed down, I think, he was walking down the street or something or driving in his car and he got taken out by somebody.
Yeah, which is
I don't know
funny.
if it was a contract or what, but yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Led by General John J. Pershing, a force of almost 5,000 American soldiers, including one named George Patton, set out to capture Villa, who was also responsible for many U.S. service members' deaths and several attacks that led up to the attack in New Mexico. That'd be the first time the new model 1911 was tested on the battlefield. Villa remained elusive, but the M1911 saw much action against his forces and proved itself on the battlefield. So a little bit of the history behind that. The M1911 went on to see action in World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and multiple other conflicts throughout the world over the next several decades. Because of its popularity with the U.S. military, the M1911 was also put into service by law enforcement and other government agencies across the country. Many a service member turned to their 1911 for extra security in foxholes across Europe and Pacific during World War II, and it was a very welcome companion with millions of pistols produced throughout the war. Faith in the gun carried beyond the front lines and followed service members home or became a quintessentially American firearm for any gun owner's collection. And I just want to add in there personally, in my 1911, my Ruger 1911 is one of my favorites. Such a smooth shooter, just awesome. I
want to go into something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All those native in the Philippines that, complained about this or that and did all that stuff. By the time the Japanese took over the Philippines during the beginning of World War II, a lot of those natives were killed off. And anybody who fought, if you don't look into the history of that, those natives that that were fighting the Americans and then decided to since the Japanese took over instead, they would fight the Japanese. Well, remember how the Japanese were during World War II? They hardly took prisoners, and they pretty much wiped the floor with a lot of those natives that tried to fight back. And that's how the a lot of Filipinos got wise. It's like, hey, the United States left a bunch of 1911s here. Let's use those.
Oh yeah.
Then the United States came and took the Philippines back, but right after the war, I think we gave it back.
Yeah.
To the Filipino people.
Oh yeah. All right. So over the years, the design changed somewhat with the M1911A1 introduced prior to World War II, with changes to the trigger, beaver tail grip panels, and mainspring, among other small modifications. Still, the design is very similar even today to the original model. Improvements in technology have aided in upgrading and adapting the M1911 over the years, including triggers, grips, magazine sights, etc. To this day, it's still a go-to carry gun for many, even in the age of polymer frame firearms like the Glock 17. Little Kimber there with some flowers in the background. It's probably being put to rest because it doesn't run. But anyway, today, 1911s remain among the most popular firearms on the market. Shots fired. They're still chambered in 45 ACP, but you can also find them in multiple other calibers, including 9mm. And again, 1911 chambered in 9mm. I don't care what people say. They are such a smooth, flat shooter. Absolutely awesome. Popular uses include target shooting, competition shooting, concealed carry, and collecting. Because of their popularity, a host of accessories are readily available for them, so they're easy to customize. Many 1911s include gauze and packing materials should you cut your hand open while disassembling and cleaning.
You shut your mouth, Travis.
Just kidding, everybody. And finally, the M1911 will always be an important part of the American firearms history. If you've ever shot one, you'll understand why they remain popular well over a century after our Lord and Savior, John Moses Browning's design was first accepted into service by the U.S. Army. Moment of silence. Okay, we can continue.
Yeah, but no.
What do you think, man? Yeah.
I love the 1911. I love the design. I'll be honest. The original design of the that basically started the whole thing. I think it was like the Colt model 1900.
Yeah,
it's basically bigger than the 1911, but it's more. But instead of how the 1911 was designed, it was I think it was like recoil based, and it was in 38 ACP. Okay, so there's that, but it was kind of like a larger long slide 1911, kind of. So I really want to get a hold of a model 1900, but the problem is they didn't make a lot of them, and you could probably get a 1902 the model, which is the same thing because they actually mass produce those. But it's an interesting gun to have, and hopefully one day I might have one.
Yeah.
So, but it's just
you should get one at 38 Super because that's your style, dude.
The model 1900, the model 1901, and the model 1902 are literally the same gun. It's just they made them a certain amount each year, and they use that design they use the design of that, and they refine that design, and it eventually morphed into the 1911. Just for anybody that hasn't seen Ian from Forgotten Weapons, his progression of the 1911 video, that is one awesome video to watch to see what design changes they made from the model 1900 to get to the 1911.
So has there been any reproduction model 1900s or whatever? Has Colt put those back into production, or anybody else? Has there been any clones out on the market at all?
No, nobody's made any clones of the original model 1900. It would be an interesting concept. I don't think anybody's done that because the patent's already out on that. It's gone, period. But because 100 years already.
Mm-hmm.
So, plus it was also made for military. So,
yeah.
But the thing is, it's just if you look at it, there's not a lot of demand in the United States market for 38 ACP.
Yeah.
So that's the reason on that.
Oh, it's understandable.
So, nope. Anyways, what we got? What do we got next?
Okay, I got another one for us here. This one I'm not going to share. I'll just read this one to you.
Okay.
So here's a novel idea. This is something that all states should do. Like Nebraska, we're hopefully on the eve here of getting constitutional carry to make it to the governor's desk and to get signed into law.
I'm praying for you.
Thanks, man. We need it. We need it. So, we are going to still maintain the CCW licenses for those people that want to get them, that might want them when they travel out of state. Because some states will say, well, we constitutional carry, we allow it for our citizens and visitors that have their concealed carry permit. You see that as kind of a little addition onto a lot of the state law. And so anyway, South Dakota's got a really cool idea here. A lot of people will start carrying because of constitutional carry, and a lot of people may or may not get their carry permit because they see it as an additional expense, and they might not realize the benefit of it. But it says South Dakota drops the CCWs to fees to free. So, as part of an open for business package, South Dakota's Republican governor, Kristi Noem, on Tuesday signed a bill zeroing out fees for concealed carry permits in the state. So, the measure signed by Noem, SB 212, was popular with lawmakers, having been passed earlier this session in the state Senate 34-1 and the state House 61-8. It drops the fees for the state's 3 different tiers of carry permits to 0 while keeping the program intact. So it will not cost you a penny to exercise your Second Amendment rights in South Dakota, said Noem upon signing the tax reform package this week. We are guaranteeing the rights and freedoms of our people, including the freedom for South Dakotans to conduct business as they see fit. We're continuing to promote open for business policies, and our tax code will reflect that for as long as I'm governor. Now, I believe South Dakota does have constitutional carry, but I thought that they required out-of-state visitors to have a carry permit in order to carry concealed or unconcealed in their state. It says, since 2021, South Dakota has offered residents a series of 3 different 5-year carry permits, a $10 standard, a $40 gold, and $60 enhanced. My God, it sounds like you're buying like tires or something. These prices had dropped from 2015 when they topped $100. Further, the enhanced permit, which required an additional $43.25 fingerprint fee, has a training mandate attached to it. Moving forward after SB 212 takes effect in July, all the permit fees, including those for fingerprints, will be reduced to 0, although applicants for the enhanced permits will still have to cover training costs paid to certified instructors. A fiscal note filed with the legislation estimated the state would lose about $110,000 a year by dropping the fees. And see, that right there is one of the things that kind of bothers me, is that'd be an arguing point for people to keep the fees, is, oh, it's going to cost us this money. It's like, well, there's a pool of taxes somewhere where we could pull, to cover these fees for people, considering how much we all pay in taxes just in general on everything. Right. The ability to carry out state, the ability to carry out of state through a system of reciprocity agreements, coupled with the exemption from federal background checks on over-the-counter gun sales, remain the principal reason to obtain a permit. South Dakota's enhanced permits are currently recognized for concealed carry in 37 other states, including neighboring Nebraska and Minnesota. We love everyone. SB 212 allows those who wish to use South Dakota's reciprocity agreements with other states to do so and not be heavily burdened by what is essentially a tax on the right to self-defense. Observe the NRA's Institute for Legislative Action on the measure. For those issuing permit altogether, South Dakota already has permitless carry signed by Noem 3 years ago. And that's it. So it would be really nice if we could start to see these places dropping their fees. Like I know in Nebraska, we had a massive tax revenue. Like we were projected to only bring so much money, and we brought in a lot more. I'm sure that a lot of these states could easily absorb the cost of getting all this done with their tax base that they currently have right now to be able to say, hey, if you want to carry a permit, it won't cost you anything. Now, granted, it's participating in regulation of our Second Amendment rights by even requiring people to have to go get a permit to apply for them, to have to take their time to go do so. I mean, I'm all for, constitutional carry all the way through. I just think you should be able to do it. If you're a legal adult and you can purchase a gun, you should be able to carry a firearm. I don't think you should have to buy any permit or anything like that. But because not every state's, is in agreement with that, then you unfortunately have to look into getting a carry permit. So, but I do think it's really cool that they're doing it. I know it's not a big, we're only talking maybe, I don't know how many people $110,000 would add up to. Maybe it's just like 1,000 people a year or something. I don't know. South Dakota is not exactly a huge state, but it's always a good sign that they're very pro 2A, and they've got their constitutional carry on top of it, so it's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll get constitutional carry. I mean, look at what happened. Look at what happened. We had what? Alabama got it. Indiana got it. Ohio got it. Who else got it lately? Do we know?
Florida. It's gonna go back on they're doing a special session in Florida, so maybe they'll get a chance to pass it. I'm hoping so.
Yeah, hope. I'm crossing my fingers for Florida, but Indiana, Ohio, was it Alabama, right? Or was it somebody else?
I'm not sure of all the states right now. I think that's what I've heard, like what's been in the news and stuff. But
the fact that they got constitutional carry, let me look it up real quick. But either way, the fact that those states got constitutional carry, it's good that we're getting more states that are adopting it. It's very good, and it also puts forth puts forth more legitimacy for more states to get it.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
get
right.
this momentum going, and then there's kind of this positive peer pressure that happens between the states. Like, hey, we really should get constitutional carry because everybody around us has it. They've had no issues with gun violence above, what's
Alabama,
what
March 10th, 2022. Then it was Ohio. Then it was in Indiana.
Oh my God.
I mean, 3 states in a row. I mean, if that's not a slam dunk, what is, Travis?
Does Georgia do constitutional carry or not?
Georgia has open carry.
Okay, because I do know that they don't recognize Nebraska's concealed carry permit, and I don't understand why. But all I remember
they recognize mine.
Well, yeah, Nebraska's they didn't, because this was many years ago when I road trip down to Orlando, I have Georgia, so I wouldn't have to disarm basically the whole time I was driving.
Georgia also has castle doctrine.
Oh wow!
So because Georgia is a southern state, even though Atlanta isn't really like that, but we're not going to go on the politics.
Oh no, yeah, because that's just going to make me frustrated that we don't have a castle doctrine here in Nebraska. So
yeah, but Georgia does have has castle doctrine, so you can keep it in your glove box without a permit.
I gotcha. They consider the car the same, the domicile also.
The car is an extension of your house.
Well, and people living in their cars, it's probably best that you have that option.
That would also include RVs and mobile homes.
Yeah.
I would think any kind of mobile property that you own.
Any kind of motor vehicle, more or less. It doesn't matter whether it's a mobile home, RV,
moped.
Honestly, yeah. Technically, if you keep it in the glove box, if your moped has a glove box, yeah, that works too. If you can lock it.
Segway, you got a Segway with a holster on it.
I don't know about a Segway. You might have to have a carry.
Well, if it's got a license plate and insurance on it, then it's going to qualify.
All right.
So, riding lawnmower.
Hold up. We got $2 super chat from Daniel.
We got super chat.
Did you answer all those prayer emails from yesterday?
That was ridiculous.
I responded to them, but as I stated before, I am not a god, so I cannot answer prayers. I've stated this before, but nobody listens.
So I got to respond to Tony's comment. Only 6 people live in Nebraska anyway. That's right. It's me and Defense Dad and John Anderson and three other people, and that's it. There's only 6 of us. Don't come to Nebraska. It's not for everyone. Okay, don't come here. Just fly over us, drive around us, drive straight through. Don't stop. Just don't stay here. We don't want to be the next California. All right. We're weird enough anyway.
You're always forgetting about
Pale Horse. I did not get a chance to ask them about the ARX 100. They were too busy.
What, Pale Horse is here?
Yeah, he's out there in the chat.
He's been quiet awfully.
Yeah, I talked to Brett at the booth, but they wouldn't. I asked them on an off comment about it, and I just kind of got ignored. So that means that they didn't want to talk about it. So
we know they could have just gave you a statement and said we're not going to talk about it right now. That'd have been the professional thing to do.
But
so
it's just kind of ignored it, moved on, and wanted to show off the stuff that they brought with them. So Daniel said, how many emails did you get? I got like 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were sitting there having this prayer fest last night on that show that they're writing a bunch of prayers, and people said, "Hey, here's nice email."
If you watch towards the end of the show, they had a surprise guest yelling at them. AKA,
I saw that. I actually jumped in for a little bit and heard you were on there, so you were actually very civil, just considering how it all went. They said you were actually replying back with nice, kind-hearted words and stuff. You should have said if you want to answer your prayers, just send me $5. Then I'll definitely do what I can to make it happen for you. That's what.
$2 isn't enough. I need at least a $5.
Yeah, and I Strike will answer anybody's prayers for only $5. I mean, it takes, he has to stop his day and he has to, speak, to the world and say, world, this is how it's going to work. This is what we're going to fix for everybody, and mention that person's name. And then he goes back to doing what he does, which is, you know, the creation of other universes. And
Right. I'm not a god.
So-
I don't answer prayers. Come on, guys.
oh no, God's way below you, dude. He's like 2 or 3 pedestals down from you. So I mean,
please stop with the
he
joke.
does your busy
Please
work when
stop.
you're at the
Just
range.
stop.
Okay, gotcha. He does your busy work when you're at the range. Can you tell him to Catholic school? Anyway, yeah. So Pale Horse, that's not the same as Dead Horse or Dead Horse Dad, is it?
No, Pale Horse is
Pale Horse
one of the
different.
AK builders that I know.
I gotcha.
He's part of Zeke's crew.
Yep.
Is Dead Horse still out there? I haven't seen him on for years, man.
I haven't seen Dead Horse in a while either. I think Dead Horse has been dealing with some issues.
Okay, I gotcha.
I've gotten emails from him though.
Dude, he's an epic AR guy, man. That's all I got to say. His channel is fantastic. I don't know if he's still got videos up or not, but he's
God, even Tony's doing it now. He says he can feel a lightning bolt coming up.
Woo! Praise Jesus. Amen. All right.
Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Okay. And your Lord Night Strike said,
There you go.
shall not be infringed.
Excellent. Yes.
There we go.
So Night Strike's the new Zeus.
No, I was making a joke, but keep going.
I got a gun that I can show people, like on guns.com. Something interesting to talk about. It kind of has my attention.
Remember, pictures are okay, but holding it on camera is not.
No. This is just an article, though. We're gonna be fine. I'm not gonna,
Speaking of that Night Strike, people are still doing it on YouTube, dude. All the effing time.
I know, but but the one minute I do it, I'll get popped. Just like Honda got popped once or twice. No. So anyway,
I mean, I don't either. I just don't want to take a chance because you never know if the
and Gabriel says at Travis, are you going to Wannamakers?
I am not, because I'm spending my Wanamaker money buying ammo for a range day on June 4th. In fact, I just dropped about $350 yesterday, and I'm dropping about $600 here in about a week or two.
Yeah.
So instead of going, I'm actually going to take one for the team and provide ammo for people that come to the range day. So that's what my gun budget's going into. So no, I'm not going to be going.
I had to make a decision whether I would go to Wanamaker's or go to the PSA gathering, and I decided to go to the gathering instead because it was closer and I didn't have to take a plane ride.
Yeah, and Nice Strike and I, just for the record, we've both been a Wanamaker before. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely great. Mm-hmm. And I'd love to see everybody and hang out and go down there, but I'm just, like I said, for the budget and everything, I'm just going to stick with this. And
as Tony said, there should be no gods before the one true God. I believe Jehovah. Jehovah, or as the Jewish people call him Yahweh.
Jehovah is Spanish for Nice Strike, anyways. So, I mean, it's
no Jehovah.
Yeah,
Jehovah is, or it's spelled with an I, but Jehovah is Latin. I don't know
why you keep denying you're a prophet. I mean, seriously,
it's Latin for the name of God, and as the Jewish people call God Yahweh, but Yahweh and Jehovah are actually the same God, by the way. Just FYI.
Okay.
Because remember, Christianity split off from Judaism because of Jesus. That's why.
There you go. There's your theology lesson for today, people. So, all right, let's check out.
But in the gun world, there's only one true prophet, and his name is John Moses Browning.
Absolutely. So this is kind of cool. This is cool. Nice Strike, you have some experience with G-Force arms, correct?
Yeah, I love my GF1. I really do. I'm really liking it. And
they are bringing.
I contacted them about the recoil spring being a little too stiff, and they said just cut 1 or 2 links off of the recoil spring. I go, I want that ruin my gun. They're like, no, we'll send you another recoil spring, so you'll be cool. You'll be taken care of. And they sent me
a little bit of traction here,
and they sent me one. They're a company out of Nevada. So honestly, I'm liking G-Force Arms because their customer service is pretty good. It's pretty good.
What rifle is this based off of?
This is that looks like, isn't it?
It's a 410. It's a 410 shotgun.
Doesn't Mossberg do that where it has a top ejection, which I know it's not the preference because of optics issues and stuff. You can't, it ejects out of the top.
This is a lever action shotgun?
Yeah, it's a 410 lever action, but the thing is with G-Force Arms, if they bring it over here, you might be looking at something that's like $300 or $350. I'm just guessing, okay? Because their shotguns are not expensive,
Well, depending on how they market it, how they do it, you probably could use if it's a 410, you might be able to get away shooting 45 long Colts out of it. Just FYI.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
They're going to do 20 or 24-inch barrel, olive drab green, tactical gray, flat dark earth, and nickel Cerakote, all with Turkish walnut furniture. They are imported from Turkey. They utilize an aluminum receiver. But I want to say something real quick before people start hating. Just you'd be amazed at how many American companies import guns from Turkey. Basically, just about every Winchester you find is from Turkey. Mossberg's imported before from Turkey.
You'd probably only want to use 410 out of it.
What?
You'd probably just want to use 410 out of it, and I probably
don't
listen to what I said earlier. It's just I've seen other guns. I've seen other guns that let you shoot 45 and 410 out of them. It's just anyways.
But no, it looks pretty nice. Well, I mean, the thing is, it'd be hard to shoot 45 long Colt out of there because you've got, or sorry, just 45 Colt for the purists out there, because it's not going to have rifling in the barrel. Unless the choke tube at the end has some rifling that adds a little bit of spin towards the end. But now they're not giving us the MSRP. Standard features include a modified fixed choke, so it won't have any removable choke tubes, and a high vis front sight. Runs a 2.5-inch chamber, running about 6 pounds in weight. Overall length is between 38.75 and 42.5 inches, depending on barrel length. So yeah, I mean, I know that you've had good luck with your G-Force Arms gun, and they seem like a decent company. And if you can get into one of these, and the problem I have, a lot of lever guns, man, you hardly see them in stock, like a lot of local gun stores here. And when you do, it might be a 45-70, or it's going to be like a 22, like a Henry Golden Boy or whatever. You hardly ever see 30-30s in stock at all, if anymore. I mean, they're just not. I know that Henry's expanding, but
I can find 30-30 ammo on the shelf more than I can find 30-30 lever actions right now.
Yeah, and I see occasionally a box here or there, but it's really gotten expensive. I'm glad I stocked up before everything went crazy. Defense Dad and I were out buying a bunch of it. It was on the shelves like during the riots and stuff. And we went. The problem is
Remington's. A year or two ago, Remington stopped making the Marlins because Remington was made the Marlins, and then they sold the company off. And then the company that bought Marlin, they haven't started production again yet.
No, Ruger has. Ruger is making the Marlin. They make the 45-70. It's been out for about a month.
Are they making the 336 though?
They're going to. That's next on the list. They're going to do 3 like a Winchester. I don't know what.
The 336 was the 30-30.
Yeah, they're going to do 3 models. The next one that comes up is going to be the 336. But right now, they're doing the 45-70. From what I've seen, there's a guy
Tony
that's
has a good idea. Tony has a good idea for that 410. He said, get some slugs and give that to your wife for home defense gun.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
410 slugs out of that shotgun, that would be killer.
Dude, that would make for a wicked little application, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So,
heck yeah, man.
Depending on how what you call it, how affordable the price point is on them, I may get one.
So hold on a second. With the choke, what did I say the choke is at? Did I say it was just improved or cylinder modified? What's modified fixed? So modified fixed. Is that going to be? That's not too restricted, is it for slugs? Modified choke?
You might be.
Does it go like bore and then cylinder and improved and then modified? They
might require to use certain types of slugs.
Okay. I was going to say because I don't know if that's going to taper down too much or not, but it looks. I'm definitely going to watch some videos on this after we get done. So. But if it's cheap enough, I love my lever gun. Yeah.
If Defense Dad out there saying, hell, I'd use that for my home defense. Honestly, I would too. I mean, what's to anyone that would, try and prosecute you for shooting, for protecting yourself in your own home, a lever action is like the least, it's like the most tame rifle.
Yeah.
Or not rifle, but type of firearm.
Yep. Well, you can make it a bit of a beater, make it somewhat of a truck gun. I mean, depending on what you want to do or what you want to travel around with. If it's not super expensive,
I'd want darker wood. I wouldn't want blonde wood like that. I'd want darker wood.
Yeah, it looks a little bit darker in the pictures, kind of. But if it's going to be the walnut, if it's going to be walnut all the way across, but
they're probably going to have different types.
I don't know if I'd like it with the olive drab green on the receiver. I don't know. That would be the nickel Cerakote. I'd probably go like what you see right here. I wish they would do just like a standard. Well, looks like a standard blued model right here, so maybe they're going to do that also.
They probably are. Or I'm going to
guess. I'm going to say $3.99 or less. That's what I'm going to say on this one. I can't remember what the Henrys run, but Yeah, so that's just a little something coming out.
Honestly, I'm enjoying my semi-auto that I've got from them, and I hope this one is a slam dunk for them. I really do, because they're a good company and they're pretty good with their customer support.
So here's the question I have for you: Are they remarketing a shotgun made by some random factory that's being sold by like 3 other brands, or is the GeForce line exclusive to them?
Well, I think what they're doing is they're having some lines of shotguns that are made over in Turkey and branding them specifically for GeForce.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll see 3 or 4 brands on the same platform or whatever.
I'll tell you what. Right now, the GF1 is really similar to like the Warthog, the Citadel Warthog. So,
which didn't do so well in some over on TFP when they ran a bunch of rounds through. I think it crapped itself after a couple hundred rounds, but they were also running some pretty wicked rounds through it too. But
so honestly, I really hope this new lever action is an affordable one, because I kind of like to get one. I really would.
Yeah, the GeForce prices are fair. I mean, they do start with some stuff on the lower end of the price point, $200, and then they kind of go from there. They've got some nice. I was looking over at guns.com. They've got some nice, just kind of a good selection. Nothing too super expensive. Yeah. They've got they got an over under called the Filthy Pheasant.
Yeah, nice trick.
That's only $393 for that one. What's that?
Oh, what's that?
Read what Peril Horse said.
What's going on?
Read the last comment.
He says using a 30-30 or anything like that for inside the home defense is not a good idea. I don't care what the internet says. Well, no, honestly use what you have. I mean, if you only got a 30-30 barrel horse, you're gonna have to use it. But yeah,
I've got an AKV. I've got.
Are there better options? Oh yes, there are tons of better options. But again, it's whatever you got, really.
I mean, there's a lot of farmers and ranchers out here in Nebraska. That's what they got hanging over the mantle. I mean, it's been the Nebraska. When we were living in sod huts, it was our primary defensive firearm. Not that there are better options out there, but I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid.
You'd want to use in a normal case home defense. You'd want to use a shotgun or a handgun or something. Okay. Yeah. But if you only have a lever action rifle or lever action shotgun, well then, hey, guess what? You use what you got.
Yeah, 410 is certainly not a 30-30. No, I do agree. But I mean, a 410 with slugs in it, yeah, that would be a wicked little setup. Or maybe some of those Winchester PDX Defenders.
Pale Horse says, is the GFC Bullpup 12 gauge worth getting? I've not messed with it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Bullpups anyway, so don't ask me, because I really don't like Bullpups. I don't like the whole idea of the magazine being behind, the trigger and the pistol grip. I just don't like that.
I don't know, man. If I got anything for like a tactical style 12 gauge, that's gonna go like AR-15 pattern or Bullpup, I would probably go Rock Island Armory. A lot of these companies just seem kind of fly by night. A lot of these brands that pop up, and you don't know if you're ever going to be able to get a service or even get parts for it.
Yeah, that's another thing. I played with some of the Rock Islands when I was at the gathering, and I like Night Strike likes the Rock Islands. So now we should probably eat our words. That is made by GeForce Arms, the GFC. So the fact that they do have a US based office and they seem to be a pretty big company, I would definitely watch some videos. They're based out on their headquarters is in Nevada. Okay, so basically what they do is they probably have them made and branded for them in Turkey, and then they ship them straight to Nevada, and then they distribute.
I've been noticing that Night Strike. A lot more stuff's come from Turkey.
Well, what they told me,
if you didn't know, a lot of shotguns are made in Turkey. Like, almost every, say for a few companies, almost every over-under shotgun that is sold here in the United States is made in Turkey.
I asked the local Shields, one of the firearms guys, why is it that they've got so many of these like tactical style shotguns and stuff? He said when they placed their orders, when they couldn't get guns from anybody else, the Turkish guns were like the only thing available that nobody was buying that was readily available. So they started getting, like the Typhoon, some bunch of Bullpups, some inexpensive pump actions like the Citadel Warthog and stuff. That's what they got in so people could have guns to buy. Because at the time they were sold out of everything. Like the racks were empty. Like people were buying freaking, hunting rifles basically for self-defense because there was nothing else. So it got to a point where the cases were just like clear, and they couldn't get anything from anyone else except for those guns. So they placed the orders and got them. Now they've got a glut of them, and they're almost kind of like liquidating them because they're trying to get them out of there because they're, you know, taking up space. So there's some good deals on them, but I really would look into, you know, read some reviews on them and really get to know the platform before you decide to invest in it. I don't know.
I mean, before I got a bullpup style shotgun, I would get like an AK style shotgun or an AR style.
Yeah.
What was the shotgun that John Wick used in the first one? It was a bullpup.
Was it KSG or something? Or was
I
it
don't
Keltec?
know.
No, it's the one where he was on the truck and he was shooting rounds inside. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was basically a pump action. It had two tubular magazines he loaded in. And it had a pistol grip.
Yeah, that was
Sure,
the
it wasn't a Keltec KSG.
Yeah, it was a KSG. Yeah, they actually have a John Wick edition. it's got a EOTech on the top of it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a Keltec KSG. That wasn't a bullpup, but yeah, it's got the double tube magazines, one on each side, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And
you can switch between them.
Is it even worth buying one of those?
Oh, I've seen them before. They've got one. They had one they might even still have it. They have one at Shields, just sitting in the case with the other ARs.
How much does that go worth? Like what, $2,000?
I think they were about 1,000.
That's not bad.
In John Wick 1, yeah, he was using the KSG.
Yeah.
In the first one, he was using the KSG, yeah.
Yep.
I might be interested in one of those.
I don't know what they're like to shoot or if they're reliable or, you know, I really don't know much.
No,
when they came out, I watched a lot of videos on them and stuff, but
no, but just for home defense, I could see why would you want to use one of those?
Yeah. Well, they're pretty small. I mean, they're, you know, with that compact design, it doesn't take up a lot of room, which is really nice. All right. Horse 20, as someone who's accidentally discharging AK-47 in his own home, I promise you that rounds go through several houses and people.
Yep. Be careful.
Yep, that will happen.
Well, that's why if you're gonna use ammo to protect yourself in your house, you may want to use hollow points. Just saying. Because when the hollow point hits something, it mushrooms up. That's why.
Yeah. If you do get that GFC bullpup, buy a bunch of mags for it initially, or make sure you can get magazines for it, because if they're proprietary to that model and you get one or two, you're going to really regret it, because you might be paying like 60 to 80 bucks for one mag if you can even find one. I've bought in guns before, even major manufacturer guns that had no extra magazines available on the market. I waited 6 months to get a magazine for my PDP, my Walther PDP, because it used the full-size frame, and you know, it's a 17 or 18 round mag, and they finally got them in 6 months later. I don't know if there was a recall on them or what the reason was, but major pain in the butt, because if you want to have that gun around for home defense, you only got 2 mags. You know, it should be adequate, but you'd like to have more. Yeah, and Gabriel, the problem that a lot of people have with those shotguns too is they want to run, you know, crap shot through them. They don't want to run, you know, what, high brass or high velocity brass through them, or high velocity ammo in general through them. They run like just crappy birdshot, and then they don't cycle and they get pissed off about it. Well, those are designed to run, you know, a higher grade of ammo. So it's going to be a little more expensive too. It's not like you're just going to go buy a case of birdshot and have it run perfectly. You know, you really have to look into what kind of ammo you're running through it. And also some of them really have issues. Once you go beyond 2 and 3/4 inch shells, you go to 3 or 3.5. If they'll take it, they have trouble cycling those too. So it could just be kind of finicky with ammo. I know on the Typhoon shotguns, people were complaining about having to like have their gas ports drilled out or whatever for it to function properly. And I don't know. I would probably go more with like a Mossberg or a Benelli if I go with a semi-auto, just, you know, traditional shotgun style without or maybe get like an M4 or whatever. So
there's the biggest pro though with the pump action though is that you can rack out a casing if it's stuck.
True. Yeah, this is true. But with your semis, you just crank on the charging handle and get it out, or, you know. But that's a good point. That is a good point. But I know Mossberg just came out with a new tactical I can't remember what the price is on. I think it's like $900. It was the 940 tactical, but it looks really promising. It's got an RMR cut on the back of it. Looks like a decent little shotgun there as well. Yeah, nice. Like the only other thing that I had lined up was just talking about the Sig Sauer P322 22 LR pistol that just came out.
Right. Right. Honestly, let's not talk. Let's save that one for your show.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I'm not. I was just going to bring it up here because I don't know if anybody had noticed. I'm sure people have all seen the videos on it and stuff. So
honestly, we
cool.
pretty much made the hour. So
there you go. See how fast that was?
It's 9:56, so we can wrap this
up. We had a history lesson. We had a theology lesson. We talked shotguns. I mean, I would say this is definitely a hit this evening, Ice Strike. What do you think?
We even had some, divine intervention.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know it. We made an hour, so there you go. Hey, can I make a quick announcement before we go?
Yeah, well, we're not done yet, so just
okay,
hold your
cool,
horses,
cool.
Hold your horses. But
hey, you're the one that called it, right? You're the one that called it.
I know. I'm sorry.
Listen, God, I'm not talking back to you. Okay, I'm just saying.
Don't call me God. I don't want to get struck by lightning or a plague or something.
Yes, exactly.
Because I do actually believe in God and whatnot, and I don't want to get smited.
Yes. No, this is all just for me. It's just joking and just we're having fun here. We're not.
All right.
Don't come up and smack me up on stage, Night Strike. Okay. Don't come up and smack me on stage. So yep.
You say anything about my wife, and I might. And if you say anything, and if you say, but Night Strike, you're not married. That's besides the point. That's besides the point. But I posted this on Twitter, but Hollywood getting all up in arms about Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. You know why he smacked him, right?
Because he disrespected his wife, and it was
because he made a mean-spirited joke about his wife who has a medical condition, and that's why she's bald. And Hollywood is getting all up in arms because Will Smith smacked him because of that. Well, that's meaning Hollywood really doesn't. Hollywood is promoting mean-spirited jokes to people who have visible medical conditions, and that's pretty sad. That is pretty fucking sad.
No, but we watch Saturday Night Live every week, and they make fun of people constantly. They make fun of their physical attributes and stuff. And nobody cares about that. So I'm not going to say what he did was right or wrong. I'm just saying there's a lot of different facets inside to what happened. I mean, and Chris Rock says he didn't realize she had that condition. Hell, I didn't even know she had that condition. I don't follow the lives of celebrities. I have no idea.
I call bullshit on that.
But either way, I really don't care about Hollywood one way or the other. I really don't.
The point I was going to make was that he was chuckling when he was walking right across of him. Like literally, when Will Smith was walking right towards him, he was chuckling and giggling.
Yeah,
maybe he was kind of doing like a fake, like doing a little fake laugh before he popped him, trying to catch him off
just so he could pop him. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Regardless, I think he had it come to him. You don't ever disrespect another man's wife like that.
No, you don't. So, all right, Travis, what do we got coming up with you this week? Are you doing another Caliber
Lots of stuff. Okay, we got Caliber Corner Weekly Edition that's going to be kicking off at 6:00 on Thursday, and then we'll have Caliber Corner Weekend Edition. It's probably going to have to be early because I do have to be online during Caliber Corner, so my normal time. So it's going to be an early episode on Saturday. Sorry, guys, and I don't want to do it on Sunday. Also, we do have the upcoming Range Day, the Thunder on the Prairie 2022. If you'd like to register and still be eligible for as much free swag as possible, you need to register by 3/31/2022. So you go over to Nebraska Shooter's website, and what you want to do is email me at thecalibercorner@gmail.com or email defensedad1@gmail.com, either one of us, and we can get you the code so you can register. The idea is we get a bunch of gun tubers together. We're going to film some content, shoot some guns, have a good time, kind of bond a little, go get some dinner, do some shopping at a local gun store, stuff like that. But from 9 to 5, we're going to be having a range day. And it's an opportunity for people to come shoot a bunch of different guns. We've got some really cool sponsors on board already, which is great. Defense Dad has been putting in some overtime over there, getting stuff lined up, and he's really putting his part in. And I've got a couple sponsors lined up too, so we're going to have some fun prizes for people that participate. It's $25 for the day. And like I said, I'm going to be providing ammunition and not the whole day, but giving people something to get started or have some fun with, or just provide something to offset some of the costs for people, because gas prices are going to be high, and you're driving up here, taking time off work and stuff. So least we can do is kind of hook you up a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to be a good time. We do have some accommodation possibilities that are right there on site at the range. So if you guys are interested in that, space is limited and the price is very, very, very fair. But otherwise, again, just email me at thecalibercorner@gmail.com, or you can email defensedad1@gmail.com and just put in a request. We'll get you the password and you can register. So it's looking really good right now.
Awesome.
Yep.
And Yeah, we may do some more. We might do another Friday night strike, but I'm gonna need someone to volunteer, like Travis or somebody else to help me out because I
I'm
can't.
usually on the Xbox on Friday nights.
So-
That's kind of a rough one, dude.
So if anybody wants to fill in for Travis, let me know.
Defense Stat can do it. He can run it. We'll have hanging out with Defense Stat on a Friday night or something. So there you go.
And
Yep.
otherwise, we're going to forgo the Friday night strike for a little while. Warsaw, you got anything?
I've been trying to think of some projects to do for as far as my channel, but in the next months, you will see a video here and there. I'm just so effing busy right now, dude.
I know. I got you. I get it. All right, guys. Thanks all for showing up. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Travis, for helping me out with this. I really needed it.
Hey, no problem, man. We're good.
So
Yep.
we'll see you guys. Later. So take it easy. Thank you all for listening. This was Hit or Miss.
Not be infringed.
How do I turn this damn thing off?
You wrote the software.
Yellow wire.
And the Lord Night Strike saith, "Thou shalt not be infringeth."